Behind the Dish is sponsored by DBAT. Check out dbat.net for baseball and softball products, franchise information, and to find a location near you. And now your host, John Piper.
John Piper, finally get a chance to catch up with founder and CEO of DBAT, Cade Griffis. How you doing, Cade?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Man, it's a busy Friday afternoon. We're here at the DBAT corporate office just outside of Dallas, Texas. And I want to catch up with Cade to talk a little bit about the DBAT story, how it started from its humble beginnings 20 years ago. Cade, from there, tell us how this thing got started.
Yeah, I originally from Louisiana and ended up moving to Burke Burnett, Texas my sophomore year in high school, and was fortunate enough to come to Dallas and played at Dallas Baptist University. Ended up signing with the Kansas City Royals out of Dallas Baptist, and during the off season from playing pro ball, I met Steve Adair. Steve, they call him the godfather of indoor academies, and opened up the first baseball academy. They say in the United States. I don't know if they can quite prove that, but in the late 70s, because he was the coach at SMU, and he had moved it to Carrollton in the 80s, and was running it as a full-fledged business. And I got to work for him, got to work under his wing, and also got to work out during the off season for free. So
that's while you were still developing your game as well.
That's right. So I'd call my buddies up, and that we were all playing in the minor leagues, and we'd go and work out in the morning, and for that we had to pick up balls and clean the place. And the next thing I know, he hired me on to help him out at the front desk and do some lessons, and really got to learn the business from him.
Now, one thing, and when I met you, I think it was about 5 years ago, I had no idea you were behind DBAT at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that or not.
I do.
And then we started talking a little bit about the business. My impression of a batting facility, a practice facility, was, two guys on a bucket. They had to operate it themselves to make a living. And then the more I got to know you, your DBAT story, it was just the antithesis of that. It was, you didn't have to be there on a bucket from open to close to make the DBAT business model work.
Yeah, that's right. And I'd like to say we kind of did it on accident, but we created an indoor facility at the time that a lot of people hadn't seen. A lot of people called, the indoor facilities sweat boxes. They were dark, dingy, smelled like a locker room, and we took it to a different level. We wanted to be mother friendly. We wanted the parent lounge where little brother, little sister could do their homework while the older brother or sister was doing a lesson. And the other thing we did a little different is we created other revenue streams, where a lot of baseball academies had one or two revenue streams. They did lessons and maybe did teams or did lessons and a few camps, where we created multiple revenue streams so you're not held hostage by one revenue stream. If your number one instructor leaves you, you still have your other revenue streams to fall back on. And we opened up in 1998 on Lindbergh Drive in Addison, Texas. And my brother and I ran that facility for around 13 or 14 years before we decided to expand. And I think that's another thing that really helped us out is we learned the business. We went through the things that you shouldn't do in business, and I believe that's a reason a lot of people buy into a franchise is they're buying your mistakes more than buying into the things that work. They want to know the things that don't work, so they don't repeat those things. You're
referring to Cade Griffis, your brother, and you guys. One thing I've noticed, I've got a front row seat to the success now. I've been here at DBAT now about a year. And you guys complement each other well. You're a visionary. You have ideas. Kyle runs the back office, a lot of the software, the technology, the operations. And you're constantly innovating the business. And you get feedback from your ownership, your general managers. And every week there's new ideas that flow through the organization. Yeah. And we have to continue to come up with ideas and stay ahead of the game. Kind of the new the new thing now is the technology behind the game that we're having to
continue to stay on top of. And you're right, Kyle and I complement each other very well. He had a retail background, and I was the baseball guy. And he kind of ran the front of the shop, and I ran the back of the shop for 13 years. And it was very successful, and it's still open today. About to be our 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, a lot of people see the success as we record this episode of Behind the Dish on what is the date today, Kyle? And we lose track of time here around DBAT because we have so much fun.
It's August 3rd.
August 3rd, 2018. 57 stores open. Is that right, Cade?
That's right. 57 stores
57 stores open. 2 are being built in China. I was just exchanging some WeChat messages with the Chinese operation. That storefront at the maybe it's called the Globe Life Center. Is that right?
Yep.
Man, that's coming along nice. That's amazing, the impact they're having on the youth in China. I've seen some video, 4, 5, 6-year-old kids in China that really don't know anything about baseball yet. And did you ever think, Cade, 20 years ago that you and Kyle would have an impact on a 5-year-old kid in Chengdu, China?
No, never. Matter of fact, for the first, 10 years, we were learning the business as well. We would have customers come up to us over the years saying, hey, if you ever open up a second location, we'd like to invest in it. And we knew we wanted to grow. We knew we wanted multiple locations. We didn't honestly realize it was going to grow this fast. Started franchising in 2009. And the original model was the Southwest Airlines model. We wanted to stay in the Southwest and be very particular about our ownership groups. And opened up, I think, 3 or 4 the first year, and then 5 or 6 the next year. This year has been incredible. We've already opened 16 stores this year. We have 14 more stores under construction as we speak that'll open up in the next 90 to 100 days. And then we also have another 50 territories that have been purchased that will be opening up in 2019 and 2020.
We're just wrapping up a franchise meeting here at the corporate office. About twice a month, people from all over the country come in to learn more about the DBAT franchise opportunity. What are some of the key things you would share with a listener that's looking for a business opportunity, a franchise opportunity? I know the key thing that I've heard you all share with many people, you're looking for just as good a fit to join the DBAT family as they are. It's just got to be a mutual relationship. What would you tell somebody that has plenty of money? They're looking at maybe 20 different types of franchise opportunities. What are some of the key things you're looking for in a potential owner or business partner?
Yeah, you're exactly right. We just wrapped up a franchise presentation about an hour ago. We had a group from Portland. We had a group from Nashville, Tennessee, a group from Billings, Montana, and Fayetteville, Arkansas. And I told them in that meeting that we are being very particular about who we bring into the family. I owe it to my current franchisee owners that we don't bring a bad apple into the family, and we just want to make sure that their morals and standards align with what we believe here at DBAT. And there's no hidden agendas, and we're very open and candid about the business opportunity that DBAT offers. And I'm a huge believer in you under promise and over deliver, and that's basically what that meeting's about. We're laying out the standards of what we expect as a DBAT franchise owner. And we're hoping to give them some insight on what they're going to expect from us, because this is a 10-year partnership with these franchisees, and we just want to make sure that, like you said, they fit in the family, and there's no hidden agendas and there's no secrets.
Cade, one question we get a lot, when people are looking at franchise opportunities is what makes the baseball and softball niche business so unique versus maybe other indoor sports business opportunities?
Yeah, baseball is a unique sport. It's an easy sport to quit. And we've had a lot of success, obviously, with our kids that have gone on to play pro ball and draft pick. But we all know that's 1%, right? And when I'm doing training with our instructors, we talk about, really our poster child at DBAT is the 9-hole hitter on the worst rec team. Our job at DBAT is to make the 9-hole hitter, make him into a 7-hole hitter. If we do that, what we've done is we've prolonged his career. And with baseball, the spotlight is on the kid. Unlike soccer or football, where if you miss a tackle, the safety will back you up, or someone's there to help you. When you're standing in the box, the spotlight's on you. There's nobody that can swing the bat for you. There's nobody that can do it for you. And when the kid strikes out, he's walking back to the dugout, and he already feels bad, and he looks up in the stands, and he sees mom and dad with their head in their hand, and they're upset. And then the next year he says, Mom, Dad, I don't think I want to play baseball. And they say, well, good. Okay, great. That's fine. So it's not only it's easy sport to quit for the kid, it's an easy sport for the parents to allow their kid to quit. So I think our job as instructors at our academies is to make the game more fun. Is prolong the game for him. If we can turn that 9-hole hitter into a 7-hole hitter, then he's going to play longer. It's really simple. This game is fun, and if you're hitting, this game is miserable if you're striking out.
Nothing like seeing that kid that just hits that line drive to right field, gets to first base, looks back to his dugout, and his teammates are cheering for him.
Nothing like it.
And the smile on the face. That keeps him coming back for more.
And it's tough. It's a game of failure. It's this game you hit 300 and you're a huge success if you're 3 out of 10. It's such a fine line. If you're 1 out of 10, you're not a success. So it's one thing the game does teach you is it teaches you how to prepare yourself for failure, and you're not going to bat 1,000 in this game.
And what's strong, Cade, is the game in DBAT builds character, but the acronym DBAT stands for Developing Beliefs, Attitudes, and Traditions, and that's just a great foundation for all the student athletes that are developing their skills in all the DBATs across not just the U.S. but in China as well.
Absolutely, and one other thing that's unique about the game is that it's also, as you get older, it's harder to quit. It's harder to hang the cleats up, and that's why you see slow pitch softball in men's leagues and adult baseball leagues. And it's one of those. It's one of the games that it's in your blood, and it sticks in your blood, and fathers pass it down to their kids, and unlike football, it's tough to play football in your 30s and 40s, and in baseball you can still do it.
Recently, in 2016 and 2017, the Dallas Business Journal, along with the SMU Cox School of Business, recognized DBAT as one of the top 100 fastest growing privately held companies in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. What can you share with our audience about the growth that you've had just in the last 2 years?
Last 2 years has been pretty amazing. We've doubled our corporate office in size, and as you know, we're running out of room here. Can't wait for our lease to come up so we can move. But the last 2 years, we started this year off in December 2017, I think, with 36 stores. As you mentioned, we're at 57 now open, with another 14 that we should open by the end of this year. So we're not going to quite double in size, but it's going to be close.
What's fantastic, Cade, is to see across social media all the locations across the country, including China, posting the pictures and the videos from camps and clinics and the members and the kids, the back-to-school camps, that 8, 9, 10-year-old kid that's developing the game, the skill set that'll take them through life, make them not only a better player, but just give them some confidence in whatever they do in life. And that's such a rewarding feeling that we all have here at DBAT.
It really is. My head guy in China sent me a video of ending a camp with about 65 little kids, and they broke it out, 1, 2, 3 DBAT, And I remember thinking, wow, that is pretty cool to hear 65 of kids in China screaming our name out, and I just never imagined that would happen.
And another thing that's very gratifying for you and Kyle to see so many former players that played for you, and you still